G'day, and welcome back to Everlasting Summer. We were expected by these two.
Well, of course, because you came to sign up to our Sundays Club, didn't you?
Not exactly. He didn't let me answer.
And this is Shirk. He's in charge here.
I assume there's only two of you in the club.
Well, you can say that it's three now. Shirk came up to me and assertively offered his hand.
You can keep your hand, thank you very much. His face was somewhat familiar. Welcome to the club. Yeah. Now I'll show you around. Make yourself at home. Guys, I just wanted to... We're always welcoming new members. I think they're expecting a bit much right now. He said it in such a way that the anthem of the Soviet Union suddenly started playing in my head. I don't know it. It's amazing I even remembered the words. In the first grade I had a textbook with the lyrics in the back. No, I just wanted to sign my checklist.
Yep, you sign up to the club, we'll sign your checklist.
He grinned. I guess getting ready for a long and boring argument, but then I heard someone enter. I looked back and saw Slavia.
Semyon, I hope they're not giving you any trouble.
No, not at all. She narrowed her eyes, looking at the future of the motherland's robotics industry. Sure she is.
I know these two. They can...
Well, you know, actually I just need to get my checklist signed. I decided to take advantage of this situation.
No problem. Give it to me.
So you took the paper and marched up to Zurich.
Sign it.
Hold on, we're not done here yet.
You're done. Now sign it.
She gave Zurich such a threatening look that it made him lose every possible objection. He wrote some squiggles on the checklist, I thanked Slavia, then I moved into a mellow mood. Good on ya. Where should we go now? So we looked at the clubhouse. Need the music club, infirmary, and library. We could go to the library. Actually, I love reading, but spending my days in the library under the current circumstances was well beyond my scope. So I better hurry up with this checkpoint. As I stepped inside, a memory from my childhood emerged in my head. It was very vivid. 7 or 8 years old, I'm at the library with my mother. While she's looking through the books I might need for my studies, I'm sitting in the corner and looking through their collection of comic books. Back then, I didn't know why they had so many, or why couldn't I take some with me, or why I couldn't take some with me. The notion of collective property was something my mind hadn't grasped yet at that age. However, back when the whole concept of property was pretty hazy to me. This memory seemed even stranger now while I was standing in this particular camp, where they might have managed to build communism in 3 years. Soviet symbolism was all over the place, and the shelves were full of related literature. Of course I wasn't planning to read any of these. Getting acquainted with the full collection of books by Marx was the last thing on earth I would think of. Whoop, did I miss something? Of course I wasn't playing the radio these. I just read that. Where's the librarian? I didn't spend much time looking for her. I looked closely. You awake there? Knock knock. Wakey wakey. Short hair, thick glasses, rather cute face. She was snoring so peacefully I couldn't just wake her up. Alright, checkpoint done. Time to go. I can't wait. She doesn't wake up in half an hour maybe then. Couldn't just sit there, so I took a random book from the nearest bookshelf. Arthur Schopenhauer. Or Schopenhauer. The world is will and representation. I opened it roughly in the middle and started reading. Okay, is this going to be just a block of text? Alright. The life of a man with endless upkeep and suffering is to be regarded as the explanation and paraphrase of the procreative act, i.e., the absolute claim of the will to live, and furthermore, is also the reason the man owes nature his death, and thinks with anxiety of this death. Is this not the evidence that our existence involves guilt? I don't know, is it? At any rate, we always exist from time to time, paying with death for our birth. We always exist and ultimately bear all the joy and sorrow of life, since neither of both can pass us without some effect. Someone's flipping through that book pretty loud. That is a result of our stated will to live. Okay, I get the idea. Let's just get through this book. Someone knocked on the door. Who is it? I closed the book quickly and put it back in its place. What a nice habit, knocking on the door. I should pick it up. Yeah, you probably should. It was Lana. Oh. Hi. I smiled. Hi. I just wanted to return a book. She had a copy of Gone with the Wind that I saw yesterday. Oh, staying here sleeping. I'll come back later. I'm awake. I turned around and surprised to look at her. She eyed me closely from behind her table.
What is it you wanted?
I need you to check here.
Give it here.
She quickly signed the paper and gave it back to me. She had this look on her face that made me want to keep quiet. Then I came up to return the book. I thanked Xenia and went out. Bye bye. So now we just have to go to the music club and infirmary. I guess the music club. A small one-level building was located some distance from the other camp buildings. I opened the door and entered without hesitation. And there was enough instruments for a whole orchestra here. Drums, guitars, even a piano. I spent some time looking closely at every instrument, waiting to guess the time period they were from, but suddenly I heard a crawling sound coming from underneath the piano. The girl seemed like she was looking for something. She was standing on all fours, suggested pose, and I hesitated to speak at first. Excuse me.
Who's there?
She tried to stand up, but the bottom of the piano prevented her from doing so.
No.
Can you stand up already? She struggled out. Sorry I scared you.
There's nothing. Oh, you got a checklist. You must be new here.
Yes,
My name is Miku.
of course it is. Maybe next time you'll wear a longer skirt.
I'm serious. Nobody believes me. But it's my real name. My mother is Japanese. My dad met her when he was building. Well, it wasn't him who was building. He's an engineer. And he was working on a nuclear power plant here, there, or a dam, or a bridge, whatever.
She was talking so fast that she slurred half the words she tried to pronounce. I'm Semyon.
Great, wanna be on a club? It's only me here now. But it will be the two of us then. Do you play anything?
When I became antisocial, I bought a guitar and learned a few chords, but then I forgot about it since I quit everything that required more than a couple of hours to learn. You know, I wasn't planning to do anything like that really.
Oh, it's okay, I'll teach you. Maybe a trumpet, for example. How about a violin? No, it's all honestly. I know it all honestly, I mean.
There was no point in arguing with the orchestra girl since there was only another cascade of words waiting to blast at me. I'll think about it. Can you just sign it for now?
Yes. Sure, give it to me. Be sure to come around. I'll sing too. I'll sing you some Japanese folk songs. Or maybe if you're not into that, something more contemporary.
Sure. Thanks. Gotta go now.
Of course. How many at a time?
The end of her sentence stayed inside. Jordan. She's an interesting character. Alright. Might be nice to hang around with a guitar in the evening, but in such company. I turned to leave and came face to face with Eliza. She eyed me suspiciously.
And why did you come?
The checklist.
Got it signed?
Yes.
Then move it.
Fine. Eliza went inside and I hurried to leave the place. But the map shows her down here. That map isn't very reliable now, is it? Well, I guess I've got to go to the infirmary. What's the point in visiting the infirmary? My health was fine. The fresh local air clearly did me some good. I felt fresher than usual. But I just have to visit it. I entered. Do you enter loud enough? I can't read that. I come in the infirmary like my school doctor's room. A middle-aged woman with different coloured eyes sat at the table. Obviously she was the nurse. She gazed intently at me, assessing me while continuing to write something.
Why, hello, Pioneer.
Said the nurse without being distracted from her work. Good afternoon, ma'am. I have something.
Sit down, please.
I looked around the room.
On the couch.
I sat down. Strip. She said all of that with an even tone. Oh.
To inspect, to escalate, to check on your health, you know. By the way, my name is Violetta, but you can call me Viola.
She turned to me.
What are you waiting for? Strip.
But I have no health issues, I've got this. I nearly gave him the paper.
Later.
She took the stethoscope off her neck, seeming like she intended to probe me with it. But then someone knocked on the door. The nurse answered unwillingly.
Come in.
In a moment, the door opened wildly and electronic rushed inside.
Alright. I fell during the football game. Nonsense, of course. I'm okay, but Olga Dmitrievna.
There was a massive bruise under Electronic's eye. I doubt that this could be a football injury.
Sit down, I'll have a look.
She said to him.
And you, pass me your checklist.
The nurse quickly signed it and continued.
If something hurts, come to me immediately, Pioneer.
I decided not to answer and went out, closing the door behind me. The nurse is surely something else. Yes, that's what we'll say. Finally, I got all the signatures. Now I'll go back to old Dmitrievna and give it to her. She was sitting in front of her cabin, reading a book. Sure, I can see that, but I can't see the book. Doesn't look like a good role model for the perfect pioneer that she was planning to turn me into. Wonder if her responsibilities extend beyond giving fiery speeches at lineup, scolding Alanya, and getting involved into my moral, physical, and ideological growth. Here. I offered her my checklist. She placed it in her pocket without even looking at the signatures. Great, I could have signed it myself without going anywhere.
Perfect. So, did you meet our nurse?
Yes? For some reason, her question sent shivers down my spine.
Which club have you signed up for?
I didn't. I need to think first.
That's a pity. It's vital for you to sign up in some way tomorrow.
Of course, sure.
Right, it's time to go for dinner.
About time, I was getting hungry. Well, you know. You get the munchies quickly. I headed to the canteen together with Olga Dmitrievna. I looked at the sky and noticed the sun was already setting. On the porch stood Eliza and Electronic. Melania and Slavia. As we came up, I heard that they were talking about...
And never call me Blatcher again. Or you'll get another one.
I didn't call you that, you were hearing things.
He did. I heard it. I heard it all. You weren't even there. I was in the bushes. How about you guys? Stop it.
So, it wasn't a football injury, not trying suffered from earlier, so... The nurse did a good job. I couldn't even see his black eye. Olga Dmitrievna came up to him and asked about the ruckus.
What happened? Eliza and Chizikov. I didn't do anything.
She shrugged and, with antipathy, and went inside.
Alright, dinner time.
I entered last. Okay. That's where I'll leave it for this episode. Interesting turn of events. Well, so... If you enjoyed it, be sure to leave a like. If you enjoy what I do, why not subscribe? Now with all that said, thank you for watching, have a fantastic day, be sure to tune in next time. Cheerio.